Here this morning. How y'all feel? Yeah, you're live at YouTube. What they do, YouTube? What's good with you, baby? Hey, look, Unc did something wrong the other day, man. Unc did it. Unc did it to himself. So I can't complain. I can't compete with everybody else. All I can do is take accountability for my own actions. You feel me? And so that's basically what I have to do. Is take accountability for my own actions. I really didn't have nothing to say to y'all this morning. I really don't. I actually just came on in and logged on in because I don't know. I had to get up. Gotta get up. Get up. Did you hear me? Like get up. Like for real. Like get up. I don't know. We gonna have to get up. We got to just get up. Y'all see I got something hot. My world famous cup. Y'all know I'm a Florida boy. And so I got my world famous cup right here. Y'all know I gotta do the Florida thing. Yeah, come on in. How y'all feel this morning? Come on in. Y'all come on into the assignment that's on my life. I really can't, you know, I don't care how much pain I'm in. I believe that sometimes pain is a prerequisite for power. I really believe that. That pain, Pain. I know I'm covering my face right now, but you know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta deal with me right now. Listen, I don't want no light all in my eyes. I done laid out here yesterday with my knee on blast. My knee throbbing like there's no tomorrow because of a undisciplinary action that I did to myself. And so I can't really listen. I really can't squabble. My great grandma would say, "You ain't no reason to squabble. Ain't no reason to squabble." Mama Essie, thank you. Thank you, Mama Essie. Mama Essie used to tell me that ain't no reason to squabble, baby. Ain't no reason to squabble. And so maybe I had to come in here this morning to tell you the same thing. There's no reason to squabble. And so I'm here this morning. And this right here kind of hit my spirit, right? And y'all know I come in here strictly unscripted. I ain't really have nothing major to say. As I sit here and drink my hot tea, you know when you done did something wrong and you did this to your body, your own body, through your palate, through your drive, through your desire. And maybe I need to put this as part two. Maybe I need to do this as part two, where we know that all it take is one undisciplinary action. Do you hear me? I say all it takes is one undisciplinary action that you take, that you made a decision to do. And all it takes is that one undisciplinary action. And you do one undisciplinary action, my brother, and it'll cause you a lifetime of pain. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time, I'm thankful and I'm grateful, even with the undisciplinary actions that we have taken over this course of life through life's curriculum. There is a life and a life's curriculum that we all have to go through and we all have to endure. And we all have to make decisions throughout this process called life, right? But all it takes is one undisciplinary action. Ooh. And this came so deep into my spirit when I was laying on the floor and couldn't move because of that one undisciplinary action that I took, what, 3 days ago? What night was that? Sunday night, Saturday night? That I went by Spanky's and got a nice plate of food and then ordered that cake on the side. Yeah. All I ate was a little piece, 2 forkfuls of the cake from the corner, and the icing had to be still connected to the cake. I was trying to get it and separate it, but I couldn't do it. And instead of me looking at that fork before I put it in my mouth to say, that's still icing on this situation, why would you put that in your mouth? And I still did it anyway. An undisciplinary action caused me 2 days of pain in my right knee. Because everybody know that icing has high fructose corn syrup. It's a cheap way for us to make this high fructose corn syrup. They make it out of corn. And corn is not for A positive blood people. But I still did it anyway. And I ate that cake, 2 forkfuls, 2 small little pieces out the corner. And it blew my knee up so big that my knee couldn't bend forward or backwards. I couldn't straighten it and I couldn't bend it backwards because of that one undisciplinary action. And so I'm here this morning to talk to the mind of the people because we all have decisions to make in this thing called life. Am I right? We all make decisions throughout this whole entire every time you get up in the morning, you made a decision whether you're gonna brush your teeth, whether you're gonna put your slides on, or whether you're gonna walk barefooted. You feel me? We make decisions throughout this whole entire day. And so that one undisciplinary action that had me gone, couldn't even bend my knee. Ooh, and I've been doing so well. I've been walking good and feeling good and just enjoying, you know what I'm saying, no pain in my body. Because I've gotten it all under control because y'all know I was diagnosed in 2016 with gout arthritis. And then after I didn't even know what gout was. I had no clue what gout arthritis was, you know. And now I'm an expert at gout. I know what I should and should not be eating. I'm on a diet and a plan through A positive blood, and I eat according to my blood type, and I believe that that's the only reason why at this moment I don't keep enduring pain. So I eat a lot of the same things that I know I can eat. Everybody like, why you eat that every day? Because I eat it because my food choice is limited, sir. I eat that because my food choices are limited, ma'am. Hey, bro, I eat the same thing all the time because my food choice, I can't eat across the whole food diaspora. I can't eat across the whole food chain. And I can tell you this through observations. Anybody that eat across the whole entire food chain is sick, or they will be. If you ain't eating according to your own blood type, then I guarantee you, ma'am, something is going to be happening in your body. And so at the same time, I'm a living example of this. Did you hear me? I say I'm a living example. I'm a living testimony that you, and I could do a testament as to when you eat according to your blood type, your blood and your mind and your thoughts and everything is connected to your blood. And when you put food that's in your body, it's either going to do two things. When you put it in your mouth, you know that it's going to do two things. It's either going to raise your vibrations high and going to take it into the alkalinic perspective of the hourglass, or it's going to take your body low and take you down into the acidic aspect of the hourglass. This is what the universe has shared with me. And so I'm here. I'm here as a living, walking testimony that I ate the cake. I say I ate the cake. I ate it. I ate the cake, and it took my body down through it, through the acidic side. And we know that anything on the lower vibrational side of the construct in this hourglass, anything that's low vibrational is going to be down here, where sickness, death, disease, dysfunction, disorders, anything that's in the dis side of the conscientious mindset would be down here. And anything on the alkaline side of conscientiousness will be health, wellness, and well-being. So we know that pain is inflammation. Anything, if you have pain in your body, it's going to be inflamed. Something has inflamed in your body. And it all comes through your diet. And I know that some driving forces are out here that will pull your palate in a direction. Well, I'm going to eat me a crab leg every now and again. All right, ma'am, you will be acidic. You might not have the direct effect of it, but your body will drop down into the acidic vibrational level of the construct. It will, based on the food. We know that, crab, conch, lobster, shrimp. We all know that that's bottom feeders, and they hoover on the bottom of the ocean. They're bottom feeders, and they have high uric acid levels in them. And so it'll cause your high uric acid level to increase in your body. And so I'm sitting here right now trying to heal my mind, heal my thoughts. This music right here is a healing frequency in the earth. You hear it? And I want you to tap into your healing. Your healing might not be on your right knee. Your healing might need you might need psychological healing. You might need emotional healing. You might need physical healing, like myself. And all I'm telling you is that there's a frequency in the earth that the universe has left behind for us to tap into this frequency. And if you tap in, you can heal your body through your thoughts, through your mind, through your conscientiousness, through your value, through your worth. You can heal your body. And so, true enough, I had to take about 2 or 3 of those Advil liquid gels last night. Listen, let me tell y'all something, boy. I struggled yesterday. Yes, I did. I struggled because of that one bad, undisciplinary decision that I made to eat that cake. And I threw the rest of it away. The majority of the cake was still in the container. All I ate was just 2 little forkfuls out the corner. And that icing was enough to kind of take me all the way down through it. And the next day, my knee was so swole. A few hours later, to be honest with you, my knee was so swole that I couldn't even put it down flat on the floor. I needed a crutch. And so, yeah, I'm here to tell on myself. Nobody got to tell on me. One thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100% honest with y'all. I have no reason not to. I don't have no reason not to keep it 100% with y'all. Y'all either going to love me or you're not. It ain't nothing. That's all y'all going to do is either love me or you're not. I done had people that walk away from me. They done walked out my life. And it's all good. I'm discovering something about things at 56 years of life, right? People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Did you hear me? I say some people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I think where we get it all twisted at and where we get it messed up at is when we try to put seasonal folk in lifetime categories. Or we try to put the reason why that person is in your life at that moment is for you to teach them something. And you try to put them in a seasonal category when we're only there for a reason, to get what you had to say. And so I'm here this morning as Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm still on my assignment. I'm your health-conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'll never give you anything under intellectual content. I'm also your podcast professor. I'm thankful and I'm grateful this morning that I didn't make a decision, come on, sexually. Ooh-wee. We can say that word up in here because we free. And y'all know y'all be out here getting it in. And so at the same time, can you imagine your undisciplinary action in that capacity? And then you live with an incurable situation? We all because of that one decision that you made unconsciously. Ooh. And so we got to walk this thing out in conscious thoughts, y'all. And so I'm here this morning to tell somebody on the sound of my voice, you got to be empathetic enough. Did you hear me? I say you got to be empathetic enough. This world and this world system have to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. And so we're going to have to walk in empathy and sympathy. Those are two different constructs in the earth. Empathy and sympathy is two different things. I think I broke that down in a few sessions earlier about how sympathetic folk and empathetic folk, the differences between those two things. And so I'm here this morning. I know I got a little shallow. I got a little shadow over my thing, but I have to. I just can't have that light hit me directly in my face right now. Y'all just gonna have to bear with me on this session right here. I'll be back to normal in a few. But my knee has went down, the swelling has subsided. I'm able to walk just a little bit better than I was yesterday. I'm not 100% depending on my crutch. But I'm up, I'm out, and I'll be better. But I just want to let y'all know you got to be empathetic enough in order to feel people's pain. People are in pain out here in this world. Your pain might not be my pain, and my pain might not be yours. But we all have experienced pain. But I believe with the right perspective, that you can turn pain into power. With the right perspective. With the right viewpoint, you will absolutely have the ability to look at the pains of the past. All your past pains and your past hurts. You could shift the dynamic in your mind and cause those same pains to become a springboard for your power. You heard me? I said you can use your past pains to become a springboard for your power. Because I believe that the prerequisite for pain is power. And so one time in my speaking engagements, I went head on and took the P. I took the POW out of power and the AIN out of pain and called it plain. POWAIN. Because you can't have one without the other. I know when you're enduring the pain at that moment, you don't really understand the power that lies from within, that you can look at that same pain and turn it into power, and turn your pain into purpose, turn your pain into prestige. You can walk prestigious in the earth through a painful experience that shift your dynamic into a whole nother construct. And so I didn't really want nothing too much this morning. All I know that sometimes in this thing called life, we're not going to get it perfectly done. We're going to make some mistakes along the way. I'm a prime example of that. I've been there and done that, y'all. Yes, I have. You know, my book is telling a story right now, Out the Gate with a Lemon. It tells a life story that I've endured. I came out the gate with a lemon. And we all have lemons of life. We all have them. We all have lemons. I don't care who you are in the earth, you're going to have a lemon. And sometimes I believe that these lemons can have the propensity, if you will, to let you walk around bitter all day long. You just walk around with your face all balled up and bitter based on the lemons that this life has given you. But I came this morning with a sweetener. I came this morning with agave. Agave is one of the a sweetener in the earth, right? It's not like high fructose corn syrup. Agave is an all-natural sweetener. Yeah, Google this for yourself, and it's low on the glycemic index, where you eat this and you wouldn't even tell you're not going to have a sugar spike with a natural sweetener called agave, Agave, with a little apostrophe on the E. You can find this on the aisle and at Walmart, agave. And I believe that I came this morning with some agave for your lemons, because we all have them, right? I came this morning to give you agave. Maybe the universe and the creator of all things will add the liquid that's needed in order to make lemonade. But it's all three things that you're going to need in order to sit back in the shade of life as this life starts to dwindle down towards, you know, you'll be able to sit back with some lemonade and look back over your whole entire life. Did you hear me? I said you can look back over your whole entire life from when you were born up until this moment, sir, and ma'am, and bruh, and sis, and cousin, and nephew, and niece. Yeah, you'll be able to sit back in life and look at it from a whole other perspective with your cool lemonade on your front porch. Yeah, in your rocking chair of life. You heard me? We all gonna have a rocking chair of life. And we can sit back and just rock on our front porch of life and see how far the universe has brought us. And he's brought us a mighty long way, y'all. We've came through a lot. Even just recently, we came through a whole pandemic. I know they missed the P, the L between the P and the A, but I'll give it to them. It was a pandemic. And so we came through it. We done been through it. We on the other side of it. A lot of people didn't even make it through the pandemic. A lot of people were taken out. Yeah, a lot of people were taken out. But we made it through on the other side. And I'm just grateful, y'all. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm appreciative. I'm thankful that the universe allowed me to be here this morning. You know, even in the midst of my flaws and my failures and my frailties, I'm still here. Even in the midst of my flaws, I have flaws. I have failures in my life. I have frailties. I got feebleness. I'm feeble. I have feeble knees. You see what just happened to my kneecap. But as I sit here and I drink my tea, and I put a little bit of collagen in it in my tea this morning to kind of strengthen my bones and strengthen my joints. And once you done had trauma to your joints, you got to put something in it to kind of help nourish your joints and nourish those pains and bring that inflammation down about your body. And so I still came into my assignment though. I'm 24 minutes into my assignment. I know y'all get tired of me talking about this stuff, but at the same time, I've been called to talk. And I'll jump back into the sessions by which we're just teaching. But I had to come in these last 2 days and tell y'all the truth. That y'all standing in front of an imperfect person. I ain't never claimed to be perfected out here in these streets. I make conscious decisions that might not always be in my best interest, just like I ate that cake. I seen that icing on that fork. I seen it. I saw it, and I rubbed a lot of it off, and I still didn't rub enough of it off. I should have just wiped the whole fork off and went back into the center of the cake, but I didn't. I ate it. You see how undisciplinary I am? I'm a thought-provoking specialist that still operate from with my own undisciplinary actions. And see, that just lets you know that we're all human out here in these streets, man. There's no perfection out here. There ain't no perfection out here. There's no perfection out here, man. Listen, man, we all got our flaws and our failures and our frailties, man. I promise you we do. I'm just here on my assignment, living out my life in front of y'all. That's what it looked like to me. But I'll be the example. I'll be the fall guy, if you will. I'll be that. Because when October 15th, 2022, and he said, open up the laptop to speak into the mind of the people, like, come on. I'm here on purpose. This is my assignment. I'm just enduring life as I live. Y'all know I told y'all better, hey, look, y'all better live life. You better live life. Live it. Did you hear me? I said, you better live life, sir. You better live life on your own terms. Because at one time or another, it'll be over. I just told somebody the other day, I was like, remember that little dash. Remember the dash. You're going to have to remember that dash. That dash between your birth date, which is the month, day, and year, and the dash between your expiration date has a month, day, and year, right? But there's a little dash between those two dates. You see how small that little dash is? And that little dash is symbolic of everything you've done between those two dates. Ooh-wee. And so at the same time, you better be careful to live out your dash to the maximum capacity of power that you can do it. And potential. Even pain is going to be in between that dash. Hurt is going to be between that dash. But joy and peace going to be there too. Between that dash is going to be joy and peace. Prosperity will be there too. Advancement will be there. Opposition would be there. Yeah. Opportunities would be there. Yeah. Privilege would be there. It's going to be so many things and so many energy cords between that one little dash between those two dates. All I'm telling you to do, sir, is live your life. Amen. All I'm telling you to do is live your life. Your life. Yours. It's yours. And so I'm here this morning. I feel better. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I might have to hop around here a little bit more. But I wasn't even on no crutch. I've been walking good. I ain't have no pain in my body. But that one undisciplinary action caused all of this trauma in my knee. And I'm thankful that it was a piece of cake. Because it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. And so I'm here this morning to talk to the mind of the people. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr. I'm your thought-provoking specialist. I'm also your health-conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. And I'm your podcast professor. Now, I'll get back to the professor side of me. But right now, maybe I'm standing in health conscientiousness because I know I did something wrong. And I'll attest to it. I'll attest to it. It's all good. But all I'm asking y'all for is some empathy. We all got to have empathy towards this world, towards the pain that's in this world. He said you got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. That's what the word this morning is. You got to be empathetic enough in your own mind in order to feel someone else's pain. Yeah, you got to be empathetic enough. I don't know why I just saw. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I saw. I closed my eyes just then. I just saw. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that. No, I can't do it right now. Not right now. Ooh-wee. But you're gonna have to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. And so I feel y'all. Did you hear me? I say I feel y'all. I really do. I feel y'all. Good morning. How y'all doing? How you doing? I'm here. I'm good. I feel better this morning. I really do. But I suffered in here the whole night last night. My knee was so swole. It was so big. I'm like, oh man. Off of food? Wow. They don't even serve high fructose corn syrup in certain countries. You heard me? I said they don't even serve high fructose corn syrup in certain countries. They banned it out of their countries, but America still serves it. It's a cheap way to sweeten some stuff, and it gives it longevity. And they have a word in high fructose corn syrup that I can't even pronounce. And we be eating and putting all these things in our bodies. And get what the universe told me this morning as I leaned over the kitchen. I saw dishes in my sink, and I really wanted to kind of like wash the dish. And I looked at it, it was like 9:47. I'm like, nah, these dishes gonna have to wait, right? Because I couldn't do it yesterday because my knee was so swole. I couldn't even stand up. I had to drag my body across the floor. I couldn't even stand yesterday. I'm standing now though, but I wasn't able to stand yesterday. It was so much pain in my knee that I couldn't stand. And so I left the dishes in the sink. And so at the same time this morning when I got up, I said, let me see, can I stand up? And I stood up. I put the right crutches up on my arm, and I was able to walk to the bathroom without dragging my body like I did yesterday. And so at the same time, I'm standing, right? And I looked over there and seen the dishes. I was like, I need to wash these dishes. And at the same time, what came in my spirit at that moment was, you're going to have to be empathetic enough to the people. And when you see people in pain, that your empathy increase enough in order to feel their pain. Because I think that sometimes when you see people in pain and you see people on crutches and you see people going through they painful experiences, you in order to help a person, in order to help that woman, that lady cross the street, or help, you got to be empathetic enough in your spirit to help and assist somebody in through their painful experiences. And I don't know what's happening with me about all these different phone calls that I'm starting to receive, where people are actually out here enduring pain. I mean, pain of bearing their own child, like I once did. And I understand that pain more than anyone would ever even know. And I get a phone call a few days ago that this young lady, son was having an episode. And at the same time, her son ran out the house with just his boxers and his socks on. And just ran out the house, and he said that he was watching a movie. Ooh. And as he watched the movie came out of the screen into him, onto him. And I'm like, what? And she said, my son called me and told me, Mom, you got to come get me. I'm like, come. She said, come get you. I'm doing what I got to do to make sure all these bills get paid. I'm at work right now. I can't come and get you. And he's like, Mom, you got to come get me. I was watching a movie, and the movie came out of the TV onto me. And now they're chasing me. The same people that was chasing that person in the movie, they're chasing me now. I was like, ooh. When I'm listening to this lady tell me that her son was telling her this, and she's way out there in Chicago. I get a phone call from Chicago telling me this. And all I'm telling y'all, listen, man, in order to have enough empathy in our minds and in our constructs, we're going to have to be empathetic enough not to judge folk according to where they are at the moment. We're going to just have to listen to these people. And as I was listening to this lady, and my heart went out to her because I know what she was enduring. He was enduring an episode. We call them episodes in psychology. We call it an episode. And so she said he ran out in the middle of the street. Somebody stopped. He opened the door, snatched the man out, drove the car till he wrecked it. Then he jumped out the car. The little kid was on the side of the thing. He slapped the little girl, pushed the little girl down. And at the same time, the parents of the people, of the little girl that saw him do that, they took off and started running behind him. And now he got some real people. He thought it was somebody real at first at the TV, but now he got real people running behind him because he hit this little girl. Ooh. And I'm just here this morning to tell somebody on the sound of my voice, we got to be empathetic, y'all. We don't know what people are enduring through their thoughts and through their minds and through their these episodes that's in the earth. But it all started from a TV program. Remember, I keep telling y'all, be careful about your eye gates and your ear gates. Be careful. We can't sit up and watch everything that's been presented to us in a channeling of a TV. In the programming of a TV. Don't they call them programs and channels? And so we have to be careful. It all started through a movie that he was watching that he said it jumped out of the screen onto him, and now he took off running with his boxers and his socks on. And so as he ran and got out the area, they were filming Power in Chicago on this bridge. A scene of Power was on the bridge in Chicago. And she said her son ran, and people saw him running through the street. I think he had a tank top on too, and his boxers and his socks. And he was running through the streets, and he was telling people, "Hey man, somebody chasing me." He ran up to these police officers and he told, and they couldn't. He said, "Man, you're gonna have to call 911 because we can't leave our post here because we are, here for the this movie set that they were on, that they were securing the movie set of they was doing power on this bridge." And so he got on somehow or another. He ran all the way up and got on the bridge. And then the man that opens the bridge, that make the bridge open and close, she said that he talked to the person and the man didn't understand what he was saying because he was so far in a distance, but he was saying somebody's chasing me and I gotta do something. And my first question to her, did anybody see him jump? And she said, nobody saw him jump. Not one person saw him jump. But they didn't find her son's body until 26 days later. And it was so decomposed that she couldn't even have an open casket. And so I sit here with these type of things that's happening in the earth at this moment. And I just said this morning that we have to, and the universe said, you're going to have to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. He didn't have to tell me that. Because as that lady told me her story, tears began to flow out my eyes for her. I don't even know her. We got to be empathetic enough in our own understanding to shed a tear for the people that we might not even know. And so I'm here this morning as your thought-provoking specialist. I'm here this morning on assignment. And as I hung the phone up, I never talked to her again. I need to call her and see if she's okay. But I said that this whole world is a session. And I'm here in it. Did y'all hear me? I say, while I'm here in this world, this whole world is a session for me. I'm here to speak into the mind of the people. So he's put this banner, if you will, this cloak that just came in my spirit, if you will, CLOAK, something like that, cloak around me. And I will have to speak into their minds. She said it was the worst day of her entire life and her son did not deserve this. I said, ma'am, yes. I had to just sit there and listen to this lady. Yeah. And so I know that the whole world is a session for me. Somehow or another, we'll all get through this. Did you hear me? I say somehow or another, ma'am, we're going to all have to endure something in this thing called life. Eric, your story might not be mine, and my story might not be yours, and her story might not be yours. Your story might not be hers. But we're all connected in some shape, form, or fashion. We're all connected. And so as we learn, we're going to have to listen. And as we talk, we're going to have to teach. Did you hear me? I say, as we learn, we're going to have to listen to the heart of the people. And as we talk, we're going to have to listen to the teaching. As we teach them, we're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk as we teach. So I'm here this morning. I feel better. I feel better. I feel better. I feel a little bit better. But we're going to have to move according to the power that worketh within us. There's a certain power that's in you, sir, that you're going to have to go inward inside of yourself and pull this power outside of you. Nudge it, wake it up. If it's lying dormant in you, I'm talking about the power that is going to take in order for you to become a mouthpiece for this world and this world system and against everything that will hinder, stagnate, or prevent us from becoming the best version of ourselves that we can become. We're going to have to do something. Everybody's going to have to get their own power. And so I'm here this morning. I don't know what is all this is about. All I'm doing is walking it out in front of y'all. I know I got master's degrees and all this old type of stuff, but sometimes I don't think the degrees even matter. You got purpose in your life that supersedes a degree. You have the purpose by which the universe has called you. I'm talking about the creator of all things. I'm talking about the real, true creator. I'm talking about the one that stood out into nothing and said, let. And everything that's on that periodical table chart, that's on that periodical that we learned about in 8th grade, he said, everything, tell them that's my stuff. That's what he told me. He said, tell them that's my stuff. That's why it never lost its power, because it all came from him. And when he said, let, all those things in the atmosphere understood his voice. Oxygen understood the assignment. Nitrogen understood their assignment. Hydrogen understood its assignment. Copper understood its assignment. Yeah, magnesium understood its assignment, y'all. Yes, it did. Gold, silver, platinum, all that stuff understood its assignment. He said, tell them that is my stuff. That periodical table chart that we learned about in 8th grade is his stuff, chromium. Yeah, he said that's why it never loses its power. No matter what it does, it never loses its power. It always have the same power by which he spoke it, and it understood their assignment in the earth. It's still here to this day, thousands of years later. And so I'm here this morning. I don't listen, man. I ain't here for. I'm not here for no other reason than to just tell and walk this thing out called life together. We can do it together on my assignment. It's okay. I'm here for the world. I'm here past myself, because had it been for me, I would not have been doing this. But when he said October 15th, 2022, to open the laptop and speak into the mind of the people, what choice do I have? I don't have no choices. I'm here on assignment. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. And I'm also your podcast professor. And I'm here to tell every individual under the sound of my voice, you gotta have and you gotta be empathetic enough in your own life, in your own understanding, in your own comprehensions, in order to feel their pain. Ooh-wee. In order to feel someone else's pain, ma'am, in order to identify with someone else's pain, you're going to have to be empathetic enough within yourself. That's what he told me to tell the people. You got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. And so We know we here. And we know that pain is a prerequisite for power. And we can't identify it at that moment. When I buried my child, that pain that I felt in my mind, a piece of me left this earth with him. I ain't even the same person no more. Did you hear me? I say I'm not the same person anymore. When I looked down at my son's face, that I'm not the same individual. I'm not the same person. I'll never be the same again. Never. Because a part of me left this earth with him. And so now I see death as another construct. We know that we've learned that energy never dies, it never dissipates. Our body will, but the energy within us will never dissipate. We know that energy never dissipate. We know that. And so they're our ancestors now, you know. So I didn't really go through this whole thing of healing my body and my mind and my thoughts until I built an altar for my child. And so I built him an altar. I put his picture up. And I have the last thing that he sponged his hair with. I got the sponge and I have his key fob that has his energy on it. His key fob to the car that he had just purchased. I have the key fob and the sponge that he built, and I put that on an altar by his picture. And I took my mom, which was passed away a year later. I took her picture, and she had a copper bracelet that she always wore on her left arm. I got that copper bracelet right now hanging on the side of her picture. So I built them an altar. And I'm going to show y'all as time progressed how somehow or another, the only way that we're going to be able to heal our bodies is through, grief counseling. That there's 7 stages of grief. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning. There's 7 stages of grief. Google it for yourself. And that first stage is shock and denial. We all going to go through that stage called shock and denial. We're going to go through that stage called shock and denial. When you first get that phone call, you in total shock. You might be in denial too about it, whether or not this phone call is even real. And as time progressed and you see that the phone call was genuine, sincere, and organic, and you had to come into the realization that this is what's happening in your life at the moment, the pain hits so hard. At that moment, you will never understand the power that comes behind the pain. Because the pain is so severe at that moment. But in order for us to be empathetic enough, we're going to have enough empathy about ourselves in order to feel the pain of others. So that's maybe the reason why I'm here right now. To open up the mind of the people to understand that we all gonna endure some pain in this thing called life. Yes, we will. And if you haven't endured pain yet, ma'am, keep living. Hey, sir, if you haven't endured pain yet, keep waking up every morning. Just keep waking up, keep breathing every morning. And you'll run into some pain in this thing called life. But I'm here to tell somebody on the sound of my voice that pain just might be a prerequisite for power. It just might be. I say pain might just be a prerequisite for the power that's bestowed upon you that has to wake up. And sometimes pain might be the thing that nudged the power in order to wake up, in order for you to become the best version of yourself that you can become. Pain has to be inflicted. And so I'm here this morning. I ain't here for no other reason than to give a word to the mind of the people. You got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. That's what he spoke to me. And he said, this world is your session. He told me, he said, this world, not just the people that you know that's close. He said the whole world is a session for you. Ooh-wee. So that's a big order. Did you hear me? I said, that's a big order. That's a big title. The world is your session. So here it is. The bigger the title, the bigger your towel should be. Did you hear me? I say, if you are a servant in the earth, the bigger your towel, your title, the bigger your towel must be. It gotta be directly proportional. You can't have a big title and a small towel because you are a servant. And so the bigger your title is, sir, amen, the bigger your title is in the earth, the bigger your towel should match your title. Ooh-wee. So I'm here this morning having to increase my towel. Because if he told me that the whole world is your session, then that means everybody that comes in contact with me, I gotta hear what they're saying. And y'all know psychology through this thing called psychology. I can tell you this, it has made me an excellent listener. Because now I hear past what they're really saying. It has made me an avid listener. I listen extremely well in therapy. And now my whole eardrum has been open, and the tympanic membrane of my eardrum has been open to this world and this world systems. Everything in it. And all the people in it. That lady called me from Chicago, didn't even know me, said she saw live. So she saw me somewhere on this little platform that I have here from Chicago. And she found my number and called me. How she called me from Chicago? And I'm this small little spot in the earth. But she found me and then seen one of my sessions and called me and desired to have a sit down with me over the phone. And she was in Chicago and I'm here in the A. And I sat there for a whole almost 2.5 hours and talked to this lady about this situation, about her son. I stopped what I was doing and I heard her for 2.5 hours. And he said, don't even concern yourself about money. I'll take care of you. You just continue to offer sessions in the earth. He said, you just continue to offer sessions in the earth. You continue to offer these sessions in the earth for free if you have to. I'll take care of you. So I'm here. I ain't concerning myself with no dollar bills. I don't even make dollars off of these sessions. I'll sit here and talk 1 hour a day, Monday through Thursday. In the 9 o'clock hour, I'll sit here and I'll speak to the mind of the people. If it's gonna help somebody transition, if it's gonna help somebody through their grief as a grief counselor, I'll talk for the free to help the people. Since the world is a session for me now, I'll talk for the free. Don't even worry about. I know I gotta pay my bills and I gotta take care of my stuff, but I ain't even concerning myself with that. He said, talk to the mind of the people because the world is your session. That's what he told me. And so I'm here now, y'all. I don't know what the future holds. I don't. But one thing I do know is who holds the future. That's a thing for me. I don't know what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. And so I'm here this morning under the rest of my own pain for me having the ability to do you know, an act of eating a piece of cake that had icing on it. Swole my knee up so big, I couldn't even bend it no way straight. I couldn't even straighten it out. I couldn't even bend it. That icing has high fructose corn syrup in it. And I knew better and I still bit it. I still took it. I still ate it. Even though I tried to scrape the icing off, some of that icing still got in my system. And it blew my knee up so big, my knee was almost twice the size, my right knee. It's finally going down now, but I feel better this morning, and I'm here to tell somebody you got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. Did you hear me? I said this word came to me this morning through my hurt. He said, you got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. And my heart goes out to this young lady who lost her child, couldn't even have an open casket. His body was so decomposed, she couldn't even have, they didn't find his body till 26 days later. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I'm your health conscious coach and your intellectual content creator. I'm also your podcast professor. Did you hear me? I say I'm your podcast professor, ma'am. Sir, I am your podcast professor. All you need is a master's degree. I got a couple of them. That's irrelevant at this moment because I believe that the calling upon my life supersedes any degrees that this world and this world system that says that, oh yeah, you done made enough hours or you done wrote enough papers and you done did enough assignments and you done did enough curriculum that will give you a master's degree in this and that. But I believe that when you're called to do something from the creator of all things, that's going to supersede anything that this little paperwork that they can give you to hang on the wall. So I'm here this morning telling you you're going to have to learn as you listen. Did you hear me? I say make sure when you hear me that you're learning as you listen. And we all going to have to become teachers as we talk. That's what he said. So we're going to have to learn as we listen, and we're going to have to teach when we talk. Did you hear me? So everybody under the sound of my voice is going to have to become teachers as we talk to the mind of the people around us. We're going to have to teach in the process of talking. And we're going to be quiet at certain times in our lives and listen as we learn. And so I'm here this morning. I am Kendrick B. Davis Sr., your thought-provoking specialist. I am here for no other reason than to provoke your thoughts and cause your thoughts to come in alignment. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm over my hour, y'all. 1 hour a day is my assignment, Monday through Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour. And I'm here. Y'all see, I even came in here yesterday and told y'all how bad I was through an undisciplinary action. Go back to yesterday's assignment. You'll see the difference between these 2 days because I am aware that I am a human being in the earth, just like everybody else under the sound of my voice. We ain't crossed all our spiritual T's, and we'll never dot out of every last one of our holy I's. We'll never dot it. That one undisciplinary action that I took to go to Spanky's and eat the food, and it's no fault of Spanky's. That's a beautiful place. That I like that place. It's a good place for me. I go and get me a nice, plate of food, and I just ordered that cake as a dessert. And so that feeling of whatever of that icing It took me down through it. And we know that everything that we put in our mouths is either going to do two things. It's going to bring you up to the alkaline side, or it's going to take your body down to the acidic side. And it took my body down through acidity because a high fructose corn syrup is not a real sweetener in the earth. It's not natural. It's a man-made sweetener, and it has the C word attached all over it. I still ate it. Undisciplinary action. See? So it's all good in the neighborhood. We ain't no perfection out here in there. But I came by here this morning to tell somebody you gotta be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. I'm gone. It's been a beautiful morning this morning. I ain't coming here to tell y'all all this. I don't know what happened to me when I stand behind this sacred desk, but I'm so thankful to be here, and I'm grateful that he's chosen me to deliver a word, deliver a word of encouragement, enlightenment, alignment, to align all your chakras. Your 7 chakras in your body has to be open and aligned. In order for you to be empathetic, I'm gonna see what shock that got to be. That might be the heart chakra. That you got to be empathetic enough through your heart chakra in order to understand and feel their pain. Yeah, it's a chakra that's connected to your heart. In order for your heart to be open and aligned enough to feel someone else's pain, when they're enduring their pain, that a tear will come out of your eye. You don't even know this person that found you all the way in Chicago off of this live right here. That means my live is in Chicago somewhere. Wow. And that lady found me from this and found my number and called me. And I sat down for 2.5 hours with her as I was in motion. Something made me sit, and I heard her for 2.5 hours. And she cried on the phone, telling me all the things that was going on with her son as it led up to his death. And she felt like she should have stopped what she was doing and got there, but she couldn't because she had so many orders that she had to fulfill before she could even get there. And then find his body 26 days later decomposed. Couldn't even have an open casket for her son. And she cried on the phone with me. And I ain't have no other choice but to cry for her and her pain. Because I felt her pain through the phone. So we got to be empathetic enough in order to feel their pain. I'm gone, y'all. I am Kendrick B. Davis, Sr., your thought-provoking specialist, and I'm on assignment. Y'all be blessed. See y'all again tomorrow.